No? Okay. It's, let's see. Yeah. So it's, if you look at my profile, it's immediately to the right of my picture. And one of the things that you want to remember for LinkedIn and for all of your marketing as well is that you want to engage your ideal client. So your marketing is not about you, it's about your ideal client, who you want to attract to you. And the way you do that on LinkedIn specifically is and this also applies to the rest of your marketing, is you use your keywords. So for me, it's marketing. For you, it's music. You know, Rick Rubin, the title on his public profile or his profile on LinkedIn says producer. You know, you want to have music, whatever your keywords are, you want to have that in your LinkedIn profile as much as possible, and specifically in your headline. And the reason why your headline is important is because when people do a search on LinkedIn, that your headline is going to come up. And so if you can make it compelling, you have a great picture, and you have whatever the next step is that you want the people to take with you, like go to your website, call you, email you, then they can potentially, if that speaks to them enough, they can immediately take the next step with you instead of like looking at all the other search results. They'll be like, you know, Greg is exactly who I want to work with. I'm going to go, you know, check out his website. And that's the power of what your LinkedIn profile, when you're using it correctly, when you've, you know, really created it to get traction, that's what it can do for you. So does that make sense? I'm going pretty fast. So for example, you know, I have that I'm a speaker, an author, a coach, a trainer, and then I have my website. So I'm driving traffic from LinkedIn to my website, where they can then, you know, download my free special report or schedule a strategy session with me. So that's your headline. That's the first most important, the most visible part of your LinkedIn profile that's going to help you get traction in the music industry. Because if somebody types in, you know, music, in San Francisco, you want your profile to come up as high as possible in the search results.
And I think it's important to know, too, it's not just music. Obviously, I think you want to be as specific as possible. Music is going to be super broad.
Right.
So, you know, you're going to want to say sound designer. You're going to want to say engineer looking for bands. You're going to want to say game audio sound designer. You know, really, I think the more level of detail you can apply in a very few short keyword space,
right,
it's going to be highly valuable.
Right.
Because music is great, but it's super broad.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
we all know, you know, how many niches and how many, you know, different directions you can go in within the context of music.
Right. And that's too where your how well you know your ideal client comes in. You know, like you were saying, Greg, you know, what is it specifically that you want? And you can attract that to you with your LinkedIn profile when you set up your LinkedIn profile properly. So that the ideal experience that you want to have is that your ideal client reads your LinkedIn profile and they say, wow, you know, Greg really understands what I'm looking for, and they feel compelled to reach out to you. That's the ideal situation. And that's what you want to create with your profile. And I'm going to show you more steps how to do that today. So does that all make sense? I'm going pretty fast. Oh, and then also here's a tip. Your headline, it's like a Twitter update. So it's only 120 characters. So it's prime real estate. So you really want to make it count for you. And, you know, use your keywords. LinkedIn is, it's not like Google. You can totally keyword stuff as long as it makes sense. Obviously, you want your ideal clients to have a good experience when they look at your profile and look at your LinkedIn presence. So that was your headline. Next is your summary. Your summary is basically like a mini sales page. It's your chance to really engage your ideal clients. So the structure that's really effective is you want to draw them in. So the best way to draw people in is with questions. What is for example, what is the biggest problem that you solve for your ideal client? The person who you would love to have 100 more clients like that. You'd love to do 100 more projects like that. And it's really, as Greg said too, it's being clear about your intent. What are you looking for? And sometimes you know what you're looking for because you experience what you don't want. It's the way life works sometimes. So on your profile, then you have, you engage with questions, and again, use your keywords. The whole kind of the mindset for LinkedIn is use your keywords, and wherever possible, have a call to action. Lead your ideal clients to take the next step with you.
If you're a music producer, subscribe to our channel and stay up to date on the latest Pyramind tutorial videos, track breakdowns, elite sessions, and more. Visit us at pyramind.com.